to go, but I was tongue-tied, man.
Happens to the best of us, Kev.
But I'm definitely not the best of us.
Here we go on Belshir Vestige, bottom right-hand corner of the map. The blue Terran player, Startail Hack. He's still here, Kev. And in top left, Hack's opponent, the red Zerg player from Team Quantic. It is Hyun. And what will happen on Belshir Vestige? This is a choky map in a lot of ways, which can make that kind of Roach Hydra play we saw on Whirlwind difficult.
I'm not expecting it either, certainly not considering the fact how successful Hyun was with his star in game number 1. Perhaps he just wanted to try it, I don't know. We will never. We can always ask him if he wins. Winners interviews are fun, because then you can ask them whatever.
I'm surprised and a little bit disappointed we haven't seen any of that trademark Roachling Bane. That's what I was hoping for.
Going up to 3 bases, but only taking 2 gas. Or how many gas does he take?
I think
he stays on 2 for very long.
Maybe he gets a 3rd.
On the 3rd base, he definitely only has minerals, that's for sure. Maybe he has 4 gases. Either way, that's a very fun style. It's something he did multiple times on Newkirk. Unfortunately, we're not playing Newkirk Precinct anymore. Then again, is that really that unfortunate?
It's unfortunate for Fuser.
Fuser with the 57-minute Zerg has no more gas timing.
Yeah.
Andre would have been very proud of that build.
Drone scout from Hyun, not taking any chances. It's not going to scout. Well, it's going to scout something.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important. That's kind of surprising as well, considering the fact Hack didn't go command center first. I keep saying Huck. This is like the 7th time. Huck's is on my mind. But considering the fact that he did this multiple times, what are these SCVs doing?
What are these SCVs doing? I guess they're checking for the command or the hatchery block.
Double scout. Hack not taking any risk. But yeah, he's not doing it on Whirlwind, but he is doing it on Belshir. Yeah, it is pretty safe though on Belshir. It's nothing to be too crazy about. Double hatchery before spawning pool over here for Hyun.
Love it, and that's what that drone scout enables. And even getting the gas before the spawning pool, so...
Hyun just loves his build. He does it against Protoss almost all the time. But against Protoss he actually doesn't even scout. He's just like, seems like a good plan.
Yeah, I think I'll just make hatcheries.
I guess the Overlord scouts the majority of the time. But still, spawning pool being morphed in. And Hack's gonna be like, alright.
SCV scout from Hack, he's a good enough player that he'll know right away what's going on.
That pool is awfully late. That makes no sense at all. He's probably just gonna double check though. He might as well. And I'm so curious to see how Hack is gonna follow it up. I mean, the Blue Flame Hellions worked very well on Whirlwind, but it's not something you want to do again. I mean, you can, but it's unlikely that it's going to be as successful. And instead of 18 drones, if you only kill 4 or 5, then it's almost game over. There's just no way you're going to be able to stop Hyun with his crazy economy, his crazy map control from that point on. So we will see, Ben. I'm very, very curious. Maybe we might see some Banshees this game.
That would be a wild development.
Do you think it's an option? A couple of Hellions with some
I mean,
Banshees?
It's always a possibility. Banshees in general are so much less common in TVZ, as Ghost User was pointing out the other day, because of the change to the Spore Crawler. No longer requires an Evo chamber. So once you get the first 10 at Banshees, you just make spores. And you're safe. So, Triple Queen on the way out now for Hyun, who is no doubt wanting to power some drones. Something that Hyun does sometimes do is make a huge swell of speedlings with that first round of injections. We'll see if he tries something like that.
I love how quick he gets speed. It's so sick. Even way before his first links. Speed is like halfway down, doesn't have a single link on the map. Monkey going down for Hack. Hack perhaps being aware of that.
Third command center. So Hack wants to macro.
It's a little later though, it's after the factory, so this does change things up a little bit to what we saw in Ekelon, where we saw the third command center go down before the factory, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to have a little more map control, he's going to have a little more vision, and he might be able to force out a few more units. And you know, if Hyun plays very greedy, there is that big swell of links, by the way, that you were talking about. He's going to have roughly 20 links on the map, maybe a little less, and that's just going to make sure that, you know, there is nothing that's going to happen. But this is good news for Hack, because these links, this is a nice amount of links, but not enough to actually kill the Hellions. So if he controls the Hellions properly, he's going to force Hyun to make even more units after this.
Go around the lings. It can be bad news. Something else that Hack does that...
He has to be so careful. If Hyun is able to surround these Hellions...
Ooh, oh my goodness, it's going to be close. The Hellions are going to run.
Oh, Jukes.
Jukes for days, and well played, Hack. That's going to keep you safe in the early game.
Who let Alonso in the building, man?
And
or maybe I should say Vettel, because he keeps winning. German fans are probably mad at me. Well, I got Formula 1 fans here.
Well done. Well done, Hack. That's going to keep you very safe here in the early game. Hyun's going to drop double Evo behind this. It's pretty cool to me to look at this and see that Hyun makes that swell of Lings and still stays 20 drones ahead. That's just pretty awesome.
Because he just goes heavy droning behind this, and of course his opening was so greedy. But now these Hellions are going to force him to make a few more units, and that's what Hack achieved with A, this opening, and B, keeping those 2 Hellions alive.
Really good Overlord placement from Hyun. Sees all this Hellion movement. It's going to be impossible for Hack to surprise him with some Hellions. That is.
But as long as Hack is forcing out these Lings, that's something he can live with.
22 more Lings coming.
Cruising around, he's like, hey, I got Hellions. I got Hellions, you better make some Lings. Make a lot of them. So many of them that I can just go back and keep him alive.
And it's important that he does keep them alive. They represent all of his map control, all of his vision.
Layer is relatively late, or am I mistaken? 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Maybe a little later than we're used to seeing. Baneling Nest already going down. No Roach Warren this time, at least not that I've seen.
Oh, double Evo are going all out on the melee upgrades. 15 drones on the way. It's just insane how this adds up for Hyun. It's almost unfair, man. It's like, Hack is like, I'm doing reasonably well on the worker gun. It's like, whoop.
Hyun
And
really,
I'm 25 workers behind.
Hyun really doesn't miss injects in the early game. He's just on top of it. Queen in the main has a little bit of built up energy, but for the most part he has been hammering out the drones.
That's why I got the macro hedge, man. That's on purpose.
That's right.
Hyun's perfect. Overlord speed being reduced as well is going to make it a little easier for him to scout. In the main base of Hack, we can see that everything is pretty standard. He's going up to 5 racks. There's a lot of reactors, so he's going to go very heavy on the marine count. Oh my god, he's going to be able to produce so many marines.
Man, Hack hasn't produced a single Widow Mine. If these Lings run past and get past these Hellions, it's going to be hard for Hack to deal with them.
This is going to be annoying as well.
Have that many. He's only got 17 Marines out against 52 Zerglings.
Right at the moment that the first SCVs are being transferred, there is a bunker here, but that's probably not going to keep him safe against so many Zerglings. I know. Well, the Hellions are on the way, so maybe it will be. But he's at least going to lose a few SCVs,
with
right?
With the repair and the good SCV control, no real damage dealt, and actually,
he's losing so many Lings.
Hack deals with that.
Wow, so far this has been a perfect game from Hack, killing 23
nice.
units and losing absolutely nothing. If he keeps this up, man, it's going to be a game that I'll remember.
Hyun is going to go up to Spire Tech while continuing to upgrade his Zerglings. +2 melee, +2 armor on the way. Baneling speed on the way.
This is going to be the first sacrifice for Hack. Wants to make sure Hyun is not secretly taking a base over here on the left top side of the map. Once more, a couple of Banelings going to try to wiggle in. Baneling speed is not even ready yet. There are not that many SCVs here, though.
No. There's also not that many Marines here, after the Banelings blow up at least.
That's true, but, you know,
More Zerglings going to stream in here, complicating things further. Hellions need to get microed a little bit, and they will be pulled back just in the nick of time.
At the same time, though, Hack is assaulting this fort base, and this fort base will fall. That's a really big loss for Hyun. In all the other games, he was able to go uncontended up to 4 bases. How many units has he on? Okay, that's a lot of Banelings.
He's not at any risk of dying here, but it is very frustrating.
This is a big loss, though. This is a very, very big loss. For everyone who just joined us once more, this is the final game of WCS Premier League Group C, and a really important game for so many reasons, but certainly Hyun, who has a reasonable shot at making it to BlizzCon, who's able to pick off a few Marines here, has to win this game.
Hyun's done a good job, and he lost his 4th, but he's keeping Hack from mining in his 3rd, so he's kind of equalizing in that way. He's got a new 4th base starting up around 9 o'clock, so should be all right. 127 supply to about 122 supply.
I've been able to pick off quite a few SCVs here and there as well. Oh! Wow, the other Widow Mine just refuses to work.
Send that one back to the factory. I want a refund.
A horrible mine. Double drops going on though. Hyun's gonna maybe lose a few drones here, but he has plenty of units to deal with this. But at the same time, his fort base once more is under a lot of attack, and I don't think he's gonna be able to keep it alive.
Great play from Hack. He's once more gonna shut down Hyun's expansion attempt.
Oh my! Hack is really stepping it up. There are 9 Mulisk on the way. That's gonna make Hyun's alive a little easier to deal with this drop. Great positioning here again. A couple of Banelings are detonated, but not really able to connect with anything.
Lings in the main base are gonna make it hard for these medevacs to unload. Mutas should come and help out here. Double drop, or that second drop, making its way over to the third base once more. That's a lot of Marines being unloaded.
Hyun's I mean, I think Hack's playing so good so far. He's even in supply. He's doing reasonably well in the upgrades. 2-2 is about to finish up. And above all, he's keeping Hyun on 3 bases. I like this opening so much more than he did in game number 1, by the way. With this way, the quicker Hellions just so much better.
Hack's playing very well, but, you know, Hyun is starting to look super scary, Kev. He's got 2-2 finished. He's got a lot of Lings out on the map. The Marine count is not that high. 57 Marines is, you know, it's
but you know, he's making Marines 7, 8, 9, maybe sometimes 12 at a time.
That's true. Muta count's also starting to swell up. These Widow Mines are going to be very key out here in front of the third base.
105 Zerglings at the moment. We have a lot of Banelings as well, but still, how many mines do we have on the map? We have 8 of them, and I feel that they're in a reasonable position as well. Muta's taking a lot of damage.
No. Is Hyun going to go for it? He is going to go for it. Baneling's going to come crashing in, and Hack's going to have to control this very well. Hyun going straight for the middle line. There's not much there. Command Center will be lifted. Oh, those Marines have got to run for their lives. Couple of connections, but they're not huge. Hyun's still rolling forward. The Baneling hits are getting better and better by the second, and once more that third base is lifted. Kevin Hack hasn't really mined here at all. He's down to 48 SCVs against 70, and yes, he has constantly denied Hyun's fourth, but Hyun is maintaining a very strong map presence. He's not ever really had to truly defend. It's just been harass that he's had to deal with.
Yeah, but he still doesn't have a fourth base. Hyun can keep this up. You know this better than anyone as a Zerg player. If you take these fights and they all end up kind of even, at a certain point, Terrence is going to snowball out of control. Hyun really needs to establish this fourth base. Without it, I don't think he can keep this up.
We are going to see a big counterattack
this is a
here
nice
into
pickup.
the natural.
Very nice pickup.
A couple of medevacs going to go down. A couple of bunkers going to go down. Not really any units back here to defend. And once more, these Lings could swing down into the third. They're not going to do it this time. They're just going to pick off what units they can and get out of there.
Oh, a couple of big Widow Mine shots.
That one hurt. 13 kills on that Widow Mine.
He's a sergeant. Must be nice being a robot and getting a promotion.
He gets extra motor oil, I guess.
I am better than I was programmed to.
Medevac is going to fly right past some mutas. That's unfortunate luck for those airborne troopers.
Fourth base is up, but for how long? 3 upgrades on these bio units on the way. Hyun just doesn't have the same overload spread as he had on the previous games as well. That's why he's missing a lot of these drops. He's going to see it. No, I thought actually it was a double medevac drop, but it's just a single one. I think it's going to be very hard to make a lot of things happen with a single medevac.
Hyun's whole army looks to be down in the bottom left, though.
Yeah, and it's kind of trapped as well. It seems like Hack is almost aware of this. He might be able to pick up a few middleists.
Good job picking off that medevac before anything happens. And once more, Hyun is going to attack into this third base. And again, he slows the mining further. More Banelings and Zerglings are going to come rolling in. And right as the mules drop, too, I think Hyun's doing a phenomenal job of preventing Hack from mining at this third base. And again, that command center is lifted again. The economy of Hack is delayed. Yes, he's continuing to build up and get stronger and stronger. Good Baneling connection there on a few of those Marines.
Hyun has such sick macro as well. He's sacrificing so many units and throwing them away for the greater good, but he's always still having over 100 Zerglings out on the map. This is a crazy amount of Lings, but he has to be so careful. 2 or 3 Widow Mines can completely change this game.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't forget that it can work against Hyun as well, that he forces Hack to lift up all the time, even though Mules have mined out quite a bit from this base. But if he loses that fourth base one more time, which it doesn't look like right now, so that's very good news for Hyun. But if he does...
This is so scary. Lings are going to come and party with the Widow Mines for a little while. Muta's getting a few Widow Mine kills there. That's very nice. Another medevac drop making its way towards the main base. There are way more than enough Zerglings and Banelings waiting for it, though. And Hack knows, man, he has got to secure that third. He has not been able to all game long.
And not just that, he's going to have to think about a fourth base as well. It took Hyun a while. He does have this fourth command center, but when can he possibly take it, and where does he want to take it? If he's going to expand towards Hyun, that would be a ballsy move, but then it's also pretty much giving up on this third base, because there's just no way he can cover the third and the fourth at the same time.
It looks like Hack's thinking about making an attack.
I think this is the end of the orbital.
Moves out, I think you're right. Great attack here from Hyun. Perfect timing. I don't know if it was opportune or just brilliant. Well, actually, that orbital might be saved. It's going to take a lot of damage, but will not fall. And there is an SCV underneath to start the repairs.
I love how he on this rallies all of his units to the fort base. He knows that that's what he has to keep alive, and the rest he can deal with the army that he has on the map. Hack has a crazy army though. Army supply, they're kind of even, and this is 3-3 bio, and there are so many Zerglings on the map. It can truly still go either way. I do like Hyun's position now, as he's been so active, and as you said, he's been kind of determining the pace of the game.
Look at these burrowed banelings in the third.
Well,
Third of Hack.
yeah, I see.
Those are
I'm looking at
very sneaky banelings.
That's something that Lucky did.
Sneaky banelings. The Lings are going to try to bait it. They're going to try. Oh, and it's the most anticlimactic baneling explosions of all time. Mutas, however, are going to be incredibly effective. They're going to pick off the orbital. The SCVs are all going to fall. And Hyun makes another brilliant attack. Don't lose your Mutas, Hyun.
Wow, lost a lot of banelings there though, man. How's he going to deal with the counterattack? Does he have enough? Still 64 Lings in production. Hyun's macro has been absolutely just off the hook this game.
Yes, it has
Look
been.
how low his money is playing Muta Ling Bane.
Spending it so
unbelievable.
very well. Hack has finally said, to hell with that expansion. I'm going to take the 3 o'clock.
Oh, those were big explosions.
That's very painful. I think Hyun's going to have to sacrifice this base. I don't know that he can
He
actually
can't
engage
really.
here.
He has a lot of links. He has 112. Couple of banelings rolling in. Heck's not splitting properly yet.
Connections, but he's going to need to do better than that. It's a lot of Marines still alive. This is a crucial fight at the 4th expansion of Hyun. Oh, I don't know if he can possibly defend
with all
this.
those additional morphing banelings.
Up. He needs some extra Zerglings. He needs some more fodder on the ground. Widow Mines are going to fire on the Mutas, but not any real kills going down. Banelings trickling forward, not getting the connections that they need, but the Marine count is being thinned out slowly but surely.
There are only 20 Marines on the map. I think
Hyun 94 supply, Kevin, and this 150 Zerg supply. I think Hyun might have just done it. Hack's going to need to buy himself some time to mine at this newly established expansion, and if the Mutas just float over there, they're going to have a field day.
Wow, it's such a fantastic job by Hyun keeping this base alive so close. And I think Hack was even microing pretty properly there as well. But here we go, Hyun once more with probably a lot of friendly fire over there.
And the banelings are going to roll out and then blow up on a Widow Mine.
Hyun still being active with links as well. I want to make sure that there's nothing going on. This middle line was completely exposed. The Mutaflock is not very huge anymore.
Zergling counter into the main base. This is going to upset the production a little bit. That's a frustrating moment for Hack.
Hack's going to have to give up on the pressure that he wants to do on this 4th base, even though he's just committing more and more to it.
Oh, Baneling for a Marauder. That's really a 1-for-1 trade. Zergling's going to try and stop the retreat of these Marines. They will fail to do
nice
so.
pickups though by Hack, but the reinforcement arriving. There is a Widow Mine.
And it's going to blow up on a lot of Zerglings. 12 kills on that Widow Mine, but the Baneling connections are way too good. And Hyun continues to roll forward into that 3rd expansion. The 3rd expansion that is only now established at 24 minutes. Hyun's aggression has been unrivaled all game long. The last of the Marines will fall. 5 Mutas remain.
How many links do you think Hyun has produced this game? Just an insane amount. It must be close to 1,000.
Over 9,000. As the Mutas will come forward once more and continue to try and trade
army
with
supply.
3 Marines.
It's still so even though. We shouldn't forget, Hyun is getting pretty damn broke. He has completely mined out his main and his natural, and even his 3rd base is running very thin. So this 4th base is pretty much all he has.
And Kev, in a war of nutrition, Terran does tend to come out on top.
You're very funny. Alright, you can have that one. I'll give it to you.
Zergling's going to make their way into the natural once more. And here they will surround some Marines, but this 3-3 bio, Kevin, oh my goodness, Hack with incredible staying power. He's starting to turn this around. He's managed to buy himself enough time to establish a mining base, and Hyun, like you said, is out of money.
Yes, Hack actually has a more army supply right now for the first time in this game. Hyun has played a fantastic game, but it might actually not be enough. A couple of Mutalists do fall as well.
That hurts. There are, on these Widow Mines, 11, 14, and 5 kills. Those are some...
very important mines.
They are indeed. Oh, and another shot's going to ring out. 2 more Mutas will die.
72 army supplies only against 40. Hack is in a superior position right now.
Yep.
There are 70 drones, but Hyun is not able to mine, and he's going to have to give up this 4th base as well. He played a fantastic ZBT, a very entertaining as well, but it looked like Hack has finally stabilized.
I think it might be over, Kevin. Hack was never able, or Hyun was never able to get past his layer tech. He chose to try and win it with 2-2 Zergling, Baneling, and Mutas. And unfortunately, Hack has reached that point where that just ain't going to cut it. He's got 3-3 bio. He's got steady production fueled by his mules at this third expansion.
Wow. And this is going to end Hyun's dreams for BlizzCon. If Hyun doesn't somehow pull out a miracle and win this game, that means that that's it. Hyun's not going to make it.
Mutas will catch a drop here. It's 110 supply against 113. Yeah, you know, Hyun, if he can get some room.
Yeah, he's down 50 army supply and he basically only has one mining base. He has quite a bit of gas, so he doesn't really have to sweat the gas production. A couple of Bailings.
He's gonna
need some massive connections.
He's gonna give up on that idea, as the army of Hack is obviously very scary. 118 Zerg supply, 120.
Gonna make a few more Mutalists. Gonna go up to 9 or 10 Mutas, but even that is not a very scary amount against 3-3.
Burrow is not gonna work, man. Hack is all over it. Scans and kills those Banelings.
Wow, what a fantastic game by Startail Hack, though.
Unreal that he has stuck around and just made this happen. The last mining expansion of Hyun, 50 drones forced to evacuate. Many of them are going to fall, as too will that hatchery. The hopes and dreams of Quantic Hyun unraveling before our eyes. Startail Hack takes out the fourth base. Hyun trying to counter once more, but a single bunker is going to be enough to hold the line, at least for now, as Hyun backs off once more. There is no mining for our Zerg player. He's down to 85 supply against 130. An unbelievable, might we call it a Hyun-believable, never-ending defense from Startail Hack.
You can only do that when he's winning, Ben.
Well, Hack has certainly earned this victory, Kev. A drop in the main base, going to focus the spawning pool. It is not going to go down, though. Hyun going to try to hang in for just a little while longer. I don't think this is the base that he's going to be able to hold, but he's going to try.
Well, he has so many drones that even long-distance mining is helping out a little bit. He did lose a few down the road, but still. Look at this Marine.
I mean, the only thing that's going to bring Hyun back is just some incredible burrowed Baneling detonations. But
or Startail Hack move commanding into Baneling. Neither of them is very likely.
Hack will once more deny this expansion attempt, and I feel like Hyun has to know that this is the end. Zerglings, Banelings, and Mutas fighting in the natural, but there's no reason for Hack to even bother defending there. He's just going to chase the drones, knowing that these could be the final moments. Hack with just a brilliant game from beginning to end. Beautiful aggression, excellent defense, and a great